Hey guys, Cup of Joe Canada, this is Jason McNeil. Today on the show I want to discuss the Safe Third Country Agreement with the United States, recently actually struck down by the federal courts. Federal court ruled that it's unconstitutional and that we should not send refugee claimants back to the United States to claim refugee status there. Now, to be clear, this does not mean that the United States is just generally unsafe, although that may be the impression you get from the media. That's not what the court ruling means. What the court ruling means is that the difference between the way a Canadian claimant is treated and an American claimant is treated is that drastic that we can't call it safe. Now, for example, if you're in Canada and you want to claim refugee status, we're going to give you, as we process you, we're going to give you rights, we're going to give you health care and the right to work and all this type of stuff so that you can actually, have a life. Now, people will say that's good, that's bad, that nevertheless, in America, when you're claiming refugee status, you go to jail. That's where you're held. Like, they don't just let you go free and you do what you want. You come in, you say, I'm, politically persecuted or whatever the case may be. You claim refugee status. While they process you, you're in holding, you're in jail. More recently, we saw the cages and all of that stuff in the news. So it's not fully surprising that the Canadian government, that the Canadian court would rule that this is unconstitutional, but it does have some ramifications for Canada. At the end of the day, we've had, two to 4 year conversation about irregular immigration and irregular immigrants. I did a video on this previously when, it was a conservative concern and then it became a liberal concern and then everyone went kind of quiet about it. But the truth is, the Liberal government did declare the whole border a point of entry, and the Liberal government has been turning back people who cross at irregular spots. I believe the last 2 months has been about 55 in total, as opposed to hundreds and thousands that we were getting previously. So this declaration and this use of the Safe Third Country Agreement was in effect, and it was being sort of effective. So now it's been ruled unconstitutional. The federal government has 6 months to figure out what they're going to do and how they're going to handle this. Some people might be concerned this is going to lead to an excess of refugee claimants. I would argue if the number of people that now come to a port of entry and claim refugee status and we take them in and process them as we do, if that number is not higher than the irregular crossers, it didn't make much of a difference. However, with all of the turmoil and everything going on in the United States, I wouldn't be shocked if very high numbers of people started to come and try to claim refugee status. We have to take them in, we have to give them services, and I don't know that we can necessarily sustain it. Now, I don't want to be alarmist. We have a great immigration system. We have the ability to handle plenty. But that doesn't mean it can't be too much. And America's a big country with a lot of people and a lot of claimants and a lot of people that are unhappy and maybe scared. And, it may be a bit of a burden for our country. So the government now has to decide. Do they want to challenge the ruling or do they want to just accept it? The conservatives are telling them to challenge it, not surprising. NDP is saying, don't you dare, right? Liberals, I suspect will challenge it. Media, you guys tell me, is that good? Is it bad? Is it okay? Should they challenge it? People, you guys tell me, really, do you think they should challenge it? Do you think they should let it go? Is America a safe third country? Is it safe for refugee claimants? Is it safe, how they're held, how they're treated? This is something that we now can discuss because our federal court has said no, it's not safe there.